Good day, fight fans. We're here with former world champion and the newest addition to Nonito Donaire's training team, Roberto Garcia. Roberto, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Good, good. Thank you. So, Nonito just added you to his training team. Can you tell us about that?
Well, he added me to his team for this fight that he has coming up next week. I come in to help work on the strategy for the fight. I studied his opponent's videos and to try to come up with a good game plan for the fight.
Awesome, awesome. So, how has it been working with Nonito?
Well, Nonito is a great person. He's a listener. He listens. He pays attention. He's very respectful with me. I've known Nonito for a while back, and he's always given me the respect. Now that he's a world champion, now that he's got all the attention, every time he sees me, he still shows me the respect. So that's something very, very important to me that made me decide to work with him.
Absolutely, and you're a highly sought out trainer nowadays. But I'd also like to talk about your other fighters, such as Brian Viloria and Stephen Luevano. First, how's Stephen doing?
Stephen is doing great. He's, of course, he had a hard fight, against Lopez, and he lost his title. But Stephen is a great fighter, a great person, and he's a human being. He knows that everybody comes a point when somebody is better than you, and you lose your title, and that's part of boxing, part of the sport, and he's taken it like a great person.
So what do you think's next for Stephen?
Well, Stephen right now is taking some time off. He's a family man. He's enjoying his wife and kids. We don't want him to think about boxing right now. We don't want him to focus on his family. He's had a great career. He's had great fights, and right now all we want him to do is enjoy his family. When the time comes, we'll sit down and talk. But right now it's all about just enjoying his family.
Definitely, Stephen did have a really good run, and
he had a great career.
Yep, absolutely. And how about Brian Viloria? You weren't there in the Philippines to be in his corner. Can you give any comments about his performance?
You know what? Right, being there with him, after the fight, we were of course upset for what happened to everybody. Not only him, but myself, his manager Gary Gatorson, Ruben Gomez, everybody. We were all upset for the results. Not coming out the way we expected them and the way we wanted them to come out. But we know that's just boxing. Sometimes there's a bad night and somebody comes hungry and better than you and beats you. And that's exactly what happened with Brian. This kid was very hungry. He came in tremendous shape and was able to pull it out. When Brian was a big favorite to win the fight, Brian was a favorite. He was winning the fight on all cards. He should have. It was a fight that was going the way we had planned, but this kid just kept coming and coming, and the rounds is when Brian just started breaking down. He got so tired, and everybody knows the results, and it's part of boxing. Like I said, it's just why boxing is so beautiful that up until the last bell rings, you still can't take an opponent light. There
were rumors coming from Philippine media that Brian Viloria might not have trained properly or something like that. But since you're his trainer, I want you to set the record straight. Can you give any comments about that?
Oh, Brian trained hard for this fight just like he did when he won the title against Solis. He trained very hard. He was in camp with us for about 3 months. We had a great training camp. He was in tremendous shape. It's just the type of fight that happens to surprise the whole world. Because like I said, Brian was a big favorite to win the fight, and the results didn't come out that way. So there's always going to be the excuses or the reasons to find an excuse to say why did he lose? He didn't train. He was there's so many things that people could say, but I'll just I'll set it straight. He was in tremendous shape. Brian is always trained hard. He's always he's a great listener. He listens to everything I tell him to do. So I know what I'm doing in the gym. I had him in great shape. It just happened. His body gave up on him in the later rounds, and that's just what happened, because I know that he was in tremendous shape.
Yeah, and you could say that it was just Tamara's night, I guess, that night.
It was just not our night.
Yeah.
He still, even when the ref stopped the fight, he was still swinging punches, and he could hardly hold himself up. He was so tired, but he was still trying, And it's not because he was in the shape. It's just because this kid, Carlos Tavares, had a great night, and he was meant to be a world champion. And like I told Carlos Tavares after the fight, now you're the world champion, so enjoy your title and have a great career, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Everybody deserves, once you're a world champion, I wish everybody the best. So
yeah.
I did that. That wasn't our night, and we just have time to, we just have to come back and see what's next for Brian. He's got a really good manager, so we just got to plan something else for him.
Yeah, and Brian was hospitalized after the fight, and some people were I don't know, I think they were overreacting when they said that they thought Brian should retire and all that. But what's your take on that? You think Brian
after the fight when we had to take him to the hospital, well, all that comes through our minds. Everybody's what's going to happen next? Should Brian keep fighting? Should Brian retire? But you know what? I think the only person that has to make that decision is Brian. He's got his girlfriend that's very supportive, and that decision should be between them. Brian is in great health. Brian is a fighter that has all the skills and has all the talent. He's got the heart to come back and be world champion again if he wants to. But at the same time, he could also decide not to fight again, because there's so many things he could do. He's such a smart person. He graduated college. He's a great, smart man that can do anything else. He could do many other things and still have a great career ahead of him, a great life. But if he decides to come back, he's still a great fighter. He's so talented that he could easily be world champion again. But that's not my decision. That's his decision. I would love to sit down and talk to him and look through all of the options, but I will be behind him 100%. If he decides to fight again, I'm 100% behind him. And if he doesn't, then I'm also one of the first persons that's going to support him and congratulate him for the great career he had.
Absolutely, very well said. And let's talk about you this time. And what other things are keeping you busy? Who's your other fighters right now that you're watching aside from those three that we mentioned?
I'm in Texas today because I have Brandon Rios fighting tomorrow night.